Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, today I want to touch briefly on this Trey Songz situation, and I'm going to dive straight into it, y'all. This here was nothing less or nothing more than a public humiliation ritual. Now, y'all can say whatever y'all want, but I know foolishness from a mile away when I see foolishness. When things don't add up, instead of me sitting here like everybody in a box and just thinking, oh, well, maybe, no. I like to think outside the box, right? But before I get straight into it, I'm going to give you a little backstory on this whole thing to get the lost ones a little familiar. Now, in the meantime, make sure you subscribe because here at Hookers Anonymous, we always dropping jewels and you don't want to miss out. Alright, now let's get straight into it. It says here, R&B artist Trey Songz was jailed overnight after he scuffled with police officers during his arrest for not following coronavirus protocols and other rules at the AFC Championship game in Kansas City. Now they said Songz, who is 36, whose name is Tremaine Alden Neverson, was released Monday while an investigation continues. Now I said Jackson County Sheriff spokesman Levandin Docks, or whatever the case may be. I guess he has something to do with this whole situation, whatever. We'll get back to it. But anyway, it says no charges have been filed. Neverson's representative, Sidney Margetson, declined to comment Monday. Now it says TMZ released a video Monday that showed Neverson was not wearing a mask and struggled with several officers before he was led away in handcuffs. Neverson tested positive for COVID-19 in October. Now, two red flags there. The most obvious one is TMZ, right? They always, listen, we all know the ties that TMZ have with with them people. And strike number two, right? This doesn't make sense to me. Like, Trey Songz, he know better. The boy is 36. He knows way better. First of all, you tested positive for coronavirus in October and you decide to go to a whole Kansas City Chief game, right? AFC Championship nonetheless, without a mask. It just sounded like it was set up to me. Like I said, it don't sound right. And as I keep going about the details, you're gonna see for yourself what I'm talking about. Now let's go. Let's continue. It says Kansas City police said in a statement that fans at the game between the Kansas City Chiefs and Buffalo Bills complained about a man who was not following COVID-19 related protocols and other code of conduct rules for fans, which include not being disruptive, intoxicated, or using obscene language. Now, as far as that one, I know he wasn't the only one probably without a mask. Let's be real. Everywhere I go, whether I'm on a train, it's always a couple people who's not going to follow the guidelines. We know that. We know that. Now, I don't know if he was actually a target because he's who he was, or just, like I said, it's a humiliation ritual. So at the end of the day, we already know what this is hitting for, man. But let's keep on going. It said the statement did not identify the man as Neverson and did not say exactly which rules he was breaking. Of course, I knew they was going to say that. However, police said the man refused to follow orders from private security guards at Arrowhead Stadium and was asked to leave. When he refused, officers from the Kansas City Police and Jackson County Sheriff Office were called and he was told he would be arrested if he didn't comply, police said. Now, I don't know. That's a little extensive and a little weird to me. First of all, if I don't have a mask, you're not about to tell me that I have to leave a whole football game that I paid my money to see. And like I said, depending on your tickets, the tickets is not cheap at all. And first of all, it's a football game, AFC Championship game, so I know the tickets aren't cheap. So I think that's another strike, because you mean to tell me the first thing I'm going to do is tell me to leave? That shouldn't even be an option. Somebody's supposed to have a mask or something. The mask costs $1. They should be giving masks out to people who don't have a mask, because like I said, I spent money. I spent way over $1 to get here. So there's no way that you can't afford to give me a mask. Let's keep on going. Anyway, it says he punched one officer and put him in the headlock, police said. The video does not show the how the confrontation began. Some fans can be heard yelling at officers to leave him alone. Now that's another thing, because I see a lot of people on Shade Room and they talking about how Trey Songz initiated it, whatever the case may be. Like this report said right here, you do not see the beginning of the whole altercation. However, I could tell that the officer was in the wrong because at the end of the day, they all was yelling to Trey Songz' defense. But once again, like I said, another humiliation ritual. I'm going to keep saying that because that's how I feel. It is what it is. None of this makes sense to me, right? Now, it says, following his release, Neverson took to Instagram to share a post from the free world, quote unquote. He didn't address his arrest, but he cryptically captioned a slideshow of pictures saying, Chiefs game was lit, right? I seen that. Now listen, right? A few things I want to put out there is this. When I seen this from the very, very, very beginning, it didn't sound right to me. I ain't gonna lie. From the beginning, it did not sound right. And it raised a whole bunch of red flags, like I said earlier. For one, this whole situation came way, way, way out of nowhere. Way out of nowhere. First of all, Trey Songz looked so out of place. And not to mention, what was he even doing there? Like, I'm waiting for something. Like, put it together. First of all, it was in Kansas. It was Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. Trey Songz is from Virginia. What was he doing at a Buffalo and Kansas City game? Like, it just doesn't make sense, man. Now, of course, I'm not going to sit here and bug out and act like people don't just regularly go to games. You don't got to be from that hometown. But like I said, it just doesn't make sense. Once again, these are flags that I sit here and put in my head and think about. I could be bugging, like y'all would say, whatever the case may be, but that sticks out like a sore thumb. And not to mention that he actually goes to this game and get into an altercation over not having a mask on. Right? $1 mask. He spent whatever money he spent to be at an AFC championship game, and their only resort is to throw him out of a game for not having on a mask. Now, not to mention, right, when you sit there and watch the video, everyone just looks out of place and as if they don't even know what's going on. But they don't want to intervene, right? It sounds weird, but really, really, really pay attention. I know that there was cops. I know it was... Matter of fact, first of all, the guy he was wrestling with wasn't even a police. He was security. So, I ain't gonna lie. If my boy, especially if he's somebody like Trey Songz and he's sitting there tussling with somebody, whether he's a security, whether he's a cop, whether he's this, guess what? He's not just gonna sit there. I'm not even gonna hold you. We gotta protect that bag. I'm not sitting here letting Trey Songz, first of all, be on TMZ like he is for putting a cop or a security guard in a headlock. You got people, they just sitting there, they looking, they screaming his name, and like I said, it just don't sit right. I don't know what it is. It just don't sit right. Now, I watched it a few times, right? I watched the part in the beginning of the fight where the officer seemed to have him in a headlock first, or however it was, because you gotta remember, Trey Songz was sitting down. So the officer or the security guard had him in the headlock first, and then suddenly his arms just let go in a weird way, and then out of nowhere, Trey Songz do some weird wrestling type reversal, and then he put him in the headlock. It's like, yo, listen, you can't make this up, right? All we could do is sit here and watch, right? Because, you know, I truly believe if you start seeing Trey Songz out of nowhere in places that he never was, or hearing his name a lot more often, then you know exactly what's up. And no, I'm not no spiritual advisor, so don't be in the comments acting like what I'm saying is law, acting like I'm trying to speak on the situation. All I'm doing is bringing awareness to a point that I'm bringing to y'all. It just didn't look right. It don't sit right neither. But I could smell bullcrap from a mile away. Now, I personally like Trey Songz music, matter of fact. But let's be real. Everybody that actually listens to his music can agree that he's been in like a sunken place musically for some time now. And what I mean by that is he makes dope music, right? But he's been stuck in the same place for some years now. So when Grammy time come, you don't hear nothing about Trey Songz, right? You don't hear nothing. When any of these big award shows come up, like not these little BT and no, I'm talking about when these big award shows come up, you don't hear a thing about Trey Songz, right? At all. But I personally think he got some fire albums if you listen to it. But like I said, it is what it is. There's levels to this music stuff. See, don't give me the cursing, man. Okay. There's levels to this music stuff, right? You got your Trey Songz and your Fabulouses, right? Because I put them all in the same. I put them two in the same category. Like, they both dope, but it's like they just at this one level, and they're not going up, but they're not going down, but they ain't going nowhere. So you got them, but then you got guys like the Chris Browns, and then you got the Drakes, right? That's all the difference. Now you see, Trey Songz, Chris Brown. Fabulous, Drake. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's levels to fame, man. Trey hasn't been in the upper echelon spaces. He just haven't. Now, all I'm saying is this. If he starts going up now and you start seeing unusual things going on that wasn't happening before, please just remember this video, man. And like I said, not to mention, it was on TMZ first. The whole story in the video. They always seem to get the videos first, and y'all know why, man. These little humiliation videos that they be doing, like these rituals, I'm telling you, it's real. Just look it up when y'all get a chance. And I'm not just talking to talk. I mean, it happens to these artists time after time, whether they falling off a stage, whether listen, they messing up on their music, when they lip singing, all that foolishness, man. It be staged. I'm telling you, do not fall for it. Now, before y'all start talking a bunch of foolishness in my comments and throwing that conspiracy theorist crap around, right? Approach this concept with an open mind. I don't expect everyone to get it, so I'm really not concerned with who does or who not, because I know the real ones are going to tap in. Now, if you don't believe it, it's all up to you. I'm not forcing anybody to believe it. This is just how I feel. That's it. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Did this Trey Songz situation seem a little weird to y'all? And if so, let me know how you feel about it in the comments. Now, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time I drop new content. Thank you guys for checking out the video. Anonymous game, we getting bigger by the day. If you're not subscribed, you missing out, because we drop nothing but jewels. Now remember, y'all, as long as y'all keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping, and I'm out.